Oh, no, I get it. I just don't think it's funny.
It's hilarious.
No.
What's
So, guys,
Can you hear us?
man, we can hear you fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing good, man. How about you guys? How
You
you
know,
keeping?
we're just keeping it real. You know.
Good, getting fat on donuts. So yeah.
That's how it usually goes, eh?
Best way to get fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because donuts. I get the.
Did you get it?
I sorry, my brain's a little slow today. I haven't eaten much this morning yet, so.
I'm getting fat on donuts.
Okay.
I'll slow things down for you.
Yeah. I got you. We're all good here, man. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
I'll introduce you. This is Larry and Dom, our lovely listeners. They're from the Retro Couch Crew. They stream on Twitch, and they're the homies. So, the homies.
Yeah.
And they're much better at video games than me, that's for sure.
There's
That's
one
for
of
sure.
us that's good. The other one sucks. I'll let you guess who that is.
Well, I watch your stream, and I'm not gonna say anything. So
I'm
not gonna-
no, it's true.
I thought about starting a stream, but it was going to be called I Die a Lot. That's what it's going. Now, there is one, I think I told the story already, but I got murdered in Red Dead Redemption. That would have been an excellent stream
That
because they
would've
would have
been,
paid
yeah.
to watch. Because especially listening to my commentary in the background going, the fuck is going on? What the fuck is he
Yes.
doing? He's killing me.
So Ernie said it on the podcast before, but so he didn't realize online on Red Dead that people can interact with you and like hoist you up and like throw you in the water and stuff.
I thought we were all friends.
So Ernie gets kicked down an alley, gets hog-tied, walked out to a
On his
lake,
shoulder.
and then thrown in.
And thrown in the lake, so I'm drowning. And I lost my hat. I was so pissed.
The damn
So
hat.
So then, like, I went into town afterwards, and I'm like, I am now a serial killer, and I'm like,
You're like,
murdering people,
Rules are over.
putting their hat on. I'm like, I don't like this one, so I'd move on to the next one.
They're like, no more rules since they broke the rules.
I was on the news. They're like, just give the man the hat, dude. Leave me alone.
You got your vengeance. Excellent.
Yeah, but no, your streams are a little bit more entertaining than that would be.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think it'd be fun, but like it seems like it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think for us, we're just trying to have fun with it because like
And that's-
that's pretty much how we grew up playing games, and it was just like, you know, it's kind of like if people find it funny and they want to join in and kind of hang out with us, then that's exactly the kind of audience we're looking to attract. You know what I mean? Just like a bunch of buddies just hanging out playing games. That's kind of how we grew up doing it. So it's kind of the vibe we're trying to put out.
I think it's kind of boring though when you're watching somebody play like on a stream and they're doing really well and it's just like, yep, here jumping through this, yeah, boom, and 10 people are dead.
Yeah, but it depends on the game though. So you guys were saying you guys are cousins, obviously. So you guys have been hanging out since you were kids. So have you guys always been into video games? Like when you guys were like having like family events, did you guys just like run into the other room and turn on the TV or what?
That's exactly how it worked. It started with a lot of Pokemon. Obviously, Larry's a little bit old. Not obviously. I probably look older than Larry at this point. But Larry's a little bit
Beard's
older.
better,
than
that's
me.
for sure. I'm kidding, Larry. I'm kidding.
We'd start off with like Pokemon, right? Like the second I got to his house, we'd throw open our Game Boys and boom, just sit beside each other playing Pokemon for hours on end. Moved on to World of Warcraft. Okay, that was a big one for a big portion of our lives. And then from there, you know, Xboxes, Wii's, everything back and forth constantly. So yeah, it's always been about video games. It's always been about having a good time with each other and getting those laughs out of each other that are like, you know, those heaving laughs that you can't breathe for 5 minutes straight. Yeah. That's what we wanted to share with people.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard for someone to get the story after we tell them, but if they're there with us and hear it and hear the joke and kind of get it with us, that's the community we're trying to cultivate. So we've had a couple of those already, and we want a lot more.
Yeah. You guys are definitely doing that. Just based on someone who's like listens and watches to the stream. Like I try to jump on when I don't have a work or I got something going. I'll just maybe catch the tail end. But that's definitely the vibe you guys are collaborating together and like cultivating. So did you guys have those Game Boys that hooked up like when you were kids?
I did. I think we may have had them. Yeah, the link cables. Yeah, I think when we were playing a lot of the Pokemon games, they were going to wireless at that point too. But we definitely had the link cable too. But we were trading Pokemon a lot, battling Pokemon. We would we would sit up for hours, like when we'd have sleepovers, we just talk about all the Pokemon we want to catch and stuff. Absolute nerd stuff, but you know, it was the part of growing up, for sure.
You never got into. Sorry, go
we
ahead.
were dependent on our parents driving us back and forth to each other's houses to make sure we could trade, right? So sometimes, you know, maybe Larry would have an extra Game Boy that he would trade with himself, and I would have an extra Game Boy to trade with myself. But we were always just waiting for that opportunity to see each other. You
never got into Pokemon, did you? Ernie, I'm
talking. Not really. I never had a Game. I had a Game Boy, but it was old school. Like it was like Tetris and old school Mario.
I know the Game Boy. We did live in the same house, so I do know the Game Boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
But
you were that other kid.
I had a Game Gear. You guys remember those?
Yeah, Sega Game
Gear. Yeah, I had a Game Gear.
Gear.
Yeah, and I would rock like it's a Sega version of Game Boy. It was.
When did you have a Game Gear?
No. I 100% had a Game Gear. No, I did. Ernie's memory is not that good. No, I had a Game Gear for sure. Yep. No, I'm not lying.
Did you write Game Gear on the Game Boy?
No. I had it. I did. 100%. You were like,
what does it look like?
You were off shaving your head looking like a Viking at that time. I don't know what you were doing.
Please.
Hey, nice.
What does the Game Gear look like?
So it's a rectangular and it's black and it has Game Gear on the top of the screen and you play like Sonic and stuff on it.
I don't remember that.
I do.
It was a lot bigger than a Game Boy.
Yeah. It's probably like, it was probably maybe.
Is it as big as what the Switch is now?
No.
Not too far. A little bit smaller than that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I remember that.
But did the cartridges look like the old Sega ones?
Yeah. It was
just smaller, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, that's because it was mine. It wasn't yours. So
it wasn't yours to play.
But Ernie and I, we totally grew up. So we had like obviously like the intro, like the sentence, the Nintendo.
No, we had more than that. We had the old one.
I'm just saying. But we started off.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we did.
Not Nintendo.
Oh, okay. See, this is right. Okay, go ahead.
Atari.
Yeah, we had an Atari.
Yeah.
We had the guy who was climbing up the mountain. Wasn't that the game with the joystick?
It was the one with the big ass buttons on it.
I don't remember that.
It had like big ass buttons on it. And then we had Nintendo with Duck Hunt.
Yep.
We cheated though. We'd hold the gun up to the screen and then shoot the duck.
We would still not do well though.
I hated that game because like you'd shoot the duck and it was like I'm like that fucking dog. So then I'd get mad. Next round I'd shoot the dog.
Everybody hated the dog. That's part of the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My God.
Fucking dogs.
Yeah, that damn dog. So when you guys but video games has always been something cool for you guys. Why did you guys want to start this? Like anybody can like play video games. Why did you guys want to start the Retro Couch Crew?
Honestly, like Dom and I were talking about this earlier, and it's like we used to play a lot when we were kids, but then growing up, going through school, we didn't spend as much time together. And then work life, as you guys can imagine, you start drifting apart. So we figured, when we both found time to do it, it's hard with both of our schedules lining it up. So we only do it 2 days a week, but we figured, let's get back to that, sort of hanging out, just doing whatever we want kind of thing, playing games. And like, it's allowed us to kind of reconnect a little bit, which is great. So that was part of it. And then like Dom said, we used to play video games all the time, and we got to a point where we'd like record ourselves doing funny videos, and we're like, this can be kind of a culmination of things we've done in the past, Yeah. And we had like, I've got a video game collection, so it was kind of it kind of came together. We have a lot of games to choose from.
Perfectly.
Yeah, it was a meeting of the minds. Yeah. But that's pretty much what I was saying.
How many systems do you? Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think the medium is super important too. Just the fact that it's streaming, and streaming allows us to be ourselves, but people are watching without feeling the pressure of like seeing the viewers watching you, right? For my work right now, I do coaching, right? So I am on a microphone in front of like 20 to 30 adults at a time. And so I'm okay in front of a group, and Larry's great in front of a group as well, but it just allows us to not be fake because it's just me and Larry and then a camera in front of us that we can kind of disassociate with how many people are watching us, and that allows us to be natural and be normal. And that's the fun part, right? Is that we get to be ourselves. I get to take off my work clothes, I come here, I play a game, shoot the shit. If I swear, if I say something stupid, it's okay.
Yeah, who cares?
Good.
Yeah.
I find the hardest part. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say further to your point. Yeah, like like sometimes I find it hard to watch just a single streamer by themselves kind of thing. But I think when it's two people, or for me and Dom, it's easy because one of us can be focused on the game while the other one's more interacting. So it allows us to be a lot more authentic, I think, because we're being authentic with each other, just how we normally would be. So it allows the viewers to kind of get a window into that, you know what I mean, and be a part of it at that point.
That's a good point. I never thought of that, but like that's totally your vibe. Like either you're rocking the controller, but you can't see like the chat. I want to get into that later, just kind of like how that whole works, and then like the funny thing is like I'm kind of jealous of you guys hanging out playing video games. So it's fun to watch you guys play video games because like me and my buddy John, we've had him on the podcast before. Him and I every day after school we'd come home, we'd turn on the Nintendo 64 and we'd rock Perfect Dark or GoldenEye, and we would play it all afternoon. And we would and then we'd have like little like guy tournaments where we'd have people over, and then we had like a neighborhood tournament on playing GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. But we would like practice and be like, I don't even know why we were playing so often. It was like I'm not sure what we were working towards, but it was every day. So to see you guys just hanging out, having drinks, talking about making food, like laughing about the day, like it's kind of like people are like, oh man, I used to do that, but now I have no time to do that right now. So
yeah. This is what we're built up to. It's just two guys sitting downstairs in the basement playing some games, and it's great.
Yeah. You're living your best life, that's for sure.
And when you're doing your stream too, like when you're like you're shit talking between the two of you, which is like you say, like which is what most people listen to, because like the gameplay is like you say, it's kind of secondary to like the funny banter, and you kind of got to watch too. Like Jeremy and I come into it where we have inside jokes, and we almost like you have to go into like explaining them. Like when you said, like you for your job you coach. Like I was gonna say the joke like little league or like or just fantasy, because see like not everybody's gonna get that reference, right?
Yeah.
You gotta explain that. Do you get it?
No.
Step Brothers.
Oh.
He's like I manage a baseball team.
Sorry.
And he's like little league, and they're like no fantasy.
No fantasy.
Fantasy.
Right. Yeah, and that's what makes it fun, just like having like any kind of media like this where you're just hanging out with someone and make it fun. Like you're just like, what if it's work and you're like stressing out about it, you're like, oh, I'm so like, if it's work, it's not worth doing it. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you guys have like, I'm pretty surprised you guys do this twice a week. I didn't know that. I know you guys Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays right now. The Thursday is usually pretty late at night, like 8:30. We usually go live, and it's only for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But yeah, that's just based on our schedules having to line up perfectly during the week. So yeah, we're hoping in the future we can add. Usually, what we're planning to do is extend the time that we're live instead of just having like a 2-3 hour stream, doing like 4, maybe even a 5 hour stream. Right. But we do like the weekdays. There's usually more viewers on Twitch during the weekdays anyways, like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are great days for that. So we're doing the Tuesdays and Thursdays for right now. Yeah.
Do you find so you might notice how many people watch you during your streams, but then you go back and look at the video later after people have watched it? I know sometimes I do that, but like what do you see with numbers wise when you're trying to like figure that out?
Between live and playback?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twitch is actually really good for like, you can actually check the statistics of every single stream you do, and you can see the amount of people who click like notifications that go live. You can see the amount of people who found you through the browse page, through other channels. So it's pretty easy to pinpoint, like, I would say games or categories that are really popular. Usually, like, you can just see, like, there's a viewer count, just a straight up head count when you're streaming. And we noticed Thursdays and Fridays, you get a lot more viewers because obviously people are home, get like late at night, just hanging out. Yeah. But especially with certain categories too, usually like a new release game, if it just kind of came out or if everyone's talking about it, you'll see a lot of people pass by. They'll come through a lot more often just because it's like a hot topic game at that point. Like Elden Ring, when that first came out, as you guys can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was popping off about that. So we get a lot of people who had never watched our stream before. Hey guys, and they just want to see like two absolute noobs who have never really fully experienced a Dark Souls game play through it. So yeah, Twitch is honestly really good for all the analytics behind it. You can see week by week, stream by stream, your average viewer count, all sorts of info and statistics like that.
That's it. So have you guys kind of like, so you guys have been doing this for like a year now?
Almost.
Yeah, it'll be a year, I think, in July, actually. Yeah. So going on a year, yeah.
Woo!
Oh. Yeah, you're going up to a year. Awesome. So have you guys found like what's been like the trend for you guys? Have you guys like made new friends, or is this like people you know that watch it, or like, have you got like listeners like from not listeners, viewers from like different parts of the world? I say listeners because that's what we that's like one of our analytics.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but like what's that been
think,
like to like meet new people?
Yeah, I think it's been a good experience. It's been gradual, but when you think about it, to get a group of repeat 10 people to watch you every single week, like that's a huge deal for someone starting off so quickly in a year, right? But we've also connected with a couple of other smaller streamers, made good friends with them. So there are things called raids in Twitch channels. So at the end of your stream, you send all of your viewers over to another channel that you're trying to support as well. And so we've kind of cultivated this little group of streamers where it's kind of symbiotic, right? We send it to them, they send it to us. And that's a fantastic way to grow. So it's been very nice to have that kind of relationship with other people. And it's new.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say people on Twitch have been like super supportive, and it's great to see. Like we had some guy reach out to us from Germany who was like, really like your streams and stuff, and it's like, holy crap! Like before we even started, I even said to Dom, I was like, if we can get one person who will literally just sit there and watch our stream, to me that blows my mind. Somebody who's like, oh, I can't wait to go and watch the guys play video games and have fun. It's like if we get one person, I feel like we've done our job, or I'll feel some sort of, accomplishment at least.
Well, I'm definitely one of those guys. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
it's a good time. We got one, dude.
You got one.
You're
good.
I try to go on, but it's hard to keep the rock truck on the road and watch it at the same time.
Yeah, he's got
I'm trying to hold the phone. It's like 40-ton truck. No, you're fine.
And I like to like repost it sometimes on like a Discord that I'm on, just to let people see. Like for me, when I jump on, it's because like I don't buy a lot of different video games. I'm pretty picky, and because like I'll buy a game and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. So it's cool to me to see other people playing video games that maybe I want to buy. So like I'm seeing you try out different games, or I'll see you playing different stuff, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll pick that up. And then I'll hear your opinion on it, or I'll ask your opinion on it. And you guys aren't just like ignoring the chat. You're like, yeah, man, like that's a great, like I was like that's kind of cool for me is the interaction. Like you get these huge streamers or huge YouTubers or Instagram people, and you genuinely want to be a fan of theirs. But as they get huge, they just ignore people, or maybe they can't keep up with the chat and stuff. So it's cool to be able to ask questions. Like I feel like you guys are like know a lot about video games, way more than me. Even though I grew up with it, like now that I'm kind of completely out of the loop. But it's interesting to like, that's the cool thing about it is you can jump on and be like, hey, so what's this game like?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely wanted it to be like with the name Retro Couch Crew, we wanted it to feel like when you follow or subscribe, you're part of the crew, and like literally like grab a seat on the couch. Like you're basically sitting on the couch with us. Like, you just got over to your buddy's house and they're sitting on the couch, like you're saying, playing GoldenEye. And it's like, oh, pull up a seat. We wanted that same kind of vibe. So it's like one of us can be totally interacting with chat, just like talking, chatting about the day kind of thing, while the other one's just playing the game. So, and we have very different play styles too for video games, which also makes it pretty interesting too. So you can easily tell when it's one of us playing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a sneak diss.
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like this. Like for me, it's fun to watch like the scary games because I'm not a big fan of it. But like even like you guys are like, geez, like just to watch your reactions and like hang out. Because I'm also like, I'll put it on my big screen, like my bigger screen TV in the basement. I'll load up Twitch on there and just hang out on the couch and just like use the chat. I think I use the chat through my phone. I think that's what I do. I can't remember what I do. But it's just cool to like watch the games and be like, oh my god, be like, because I like I think you guys did. What was the one with the lady who was like the giant? Yeah, Resident Evil. Yeah. So that was that big game at the time. So like, watching it was like, I'm like, I'd never play this. It's too scary. I'd never play it. I don't like the jump scares. That's not my thing. But like, watch you guys hang out and watch it. I'm like, okay, I feel safe. I gotta go hang out and watch this.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's a lot of I love video games, but there's a lot of games that we specifically play that I would also not play by myself. And I think Larry feels the same way. He collects them, so he's gonna naturally gravitate to getting the game. But to actually play them full on through is something that I haven't experienced in a long time since starting the stream. And so it's been awesome. It's opened me up personally to like, hey man, it may look a little bit of a wacky game, or that scary game may be something that you want to shy away from.
Yeah.
And then you just jump into it and you enjoy it because you have your buddy beside you that, I can hold Larry if I get scared or whatever, right?
Yeah. That's a whole different time to Twitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
what
make
are
some
what
good
are you-
money.
What are you watching, Ernie?
So I was really nice chatting with you.
So, like, I had a question about that raid thing. So, how did you like cultivate this little like group of like I guess you could say smaller streamers? But I feel like how did you guys like find someone that you'd be like, okay, we're gonna raid after here, or they're gonna raid after like? Is it just because were you guys always involved with Twitch for a while before you started streaming, or what?
Actually, no, that's a great question. Like I had watched Twitch streamers before, but I wasn't like very super active in a lot of chats or anything. But for us, like the first raid we ever received from a channel was just, they're called Nerdlopedia. It's just a channel that wasn't following us or anything. They just also play a lot of retro video games and like, you know, nerd-based stuff like that. So they just sent us a raid and that was our first raid. But the channels that we've found have actually been through a YouTube channel that we used to watch called Djibouti Dubs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
No.
They do like infomercial dubs, just like funny voiceover dubs, and they've been around for probably, I'd say, almost 10 years, maybe over 10 years now at this point. Absolutely hilarious guys. But their Twitch community, they're pretty big on Twitch. They have a lot of other smaller streamers that they also support as well. So they also raid, you know, a lot of smaller content creators as well. And a few of those ones, we've watched their streams a few times, and we're pretty active in their chat and stuff. And then, you know, we just follow them and they see, oh, we're streamers too. And then because they're smaller streamers, closer to the scope of our channel kind of thing, they can recognize that and then they'll usually follow us back. And then in the future, we've gotten a few raids from them as well. Just usually they have to obviously watch your content, get a good idea of what you're doing for your channel. And then it's like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah, it's a foot in the door kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
So we found a big group and just jammed ourselves in there, and then realized that it really does work because we have such similar styles of games and humor.
Yeah.
What was the name of that one again?
The
Djibouti Dubs.
Is it still an active channel?
Yeah.
Djibouti.
Djibouti,
sorry.
Yeah.
That
Jaboody
rhymed with the
Dubs.
Twitch that I follow. Big booty, egg.
That is, okay.
I don't know what you're doing. Whoops.
What are you watching?
Sorry, Danielle.
I thought you can't do it. You're the rock truck. What are you?
Hey, I'm a multitasker.
There's a will, there's a way.
Goddamn right.
God. Yeah, and it's interesting. So that's an interesting topic to bring up. It's like, so
Booty?
you have some people that like these women who like probably aren't that great of gamers, but it's literally like you got these like sweaty dudes just tuning in to watch.
Jump on that box.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Shoot that monster.
And so like, you know, it's content, I guess, and people like enjoy it. But I think it's so interesting to see how in the last 10 years how things have kind of like when you talk about like social networking and
You mean like what's content now?
yeah, well, like content is like so I was gonna ask this, what was the biggest raid that you guys have ever received? Like 20 guys, 30 guys?
Ooh.
Yeah, about 20.
I was going to say, probably 20, 23, 24 around there was probably the biggest one, which is, as you could
It
imagine.
was huge. It doubled our viewership. We were freaking out.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a little stun lock.
Yeah,
Like
but they come
30
in,
guys,
look
somebody take the
down,
top off. Yeah.
Yeah. We see the notification and you're like, oh, did I read that wrong? That says 23. And like we kind of both look at each other and we don't want to freak out as if like, oh my God, this is the first time this ever happened. So you got to play a little cool, right? Like, oh, welcome everybody. You know, like this always happens to us.
Yeah, like I'll sign you, baby. Sure.
Yeah.
No photos.
Yeah, no.
I it's just cool to see like, you know, that kind of stuff happen because like, you know, Ernie and I are on the same plane. Like we've been growing this now for it's gonna be
like 72 years. Yep.
It's going
The fucking king of math over here.
No, it's going to be 4 years
So
in
we
October.
started this in October of 1976.
Yeah.
So that's 17 years.
Okay. I like to round up. Okay, that's the joke. I
A
like,
lot.
I like to round up. It's in October.
People are like, how long you been doing it for? Well, you know.
Okay, because people say that it takes about 5 years to make a brand. So all the successes you have up to that point, we'll get to the point like, but I don't know the demographics or the statistics on that, like this idea like after 5 years. But Ernie and I, we've had some like different people from all walks of life come and talk to us. We're actually coming up to our 100th episode in 2 episodes, so we have 2 more episodes.
Ooh, congratulations!
I think 100. And just like I feel like for us, like just like we get a steady download ship every week now, like steady, and then it depends on like, you know, like for you guys, like we'll get like your group of people that'll come on and check it out. Like it just depends on like, so this collaboration thing is so important because like we have you guys on, we talk to you, so we're gonna get your audience and you're gonna get like our audience, and it's like this like
cross promotion.
Yeah, and then we were talking to a YouTuber, DJ Rick Webb. He's a huge DJ YouTuber, like thousands and thousands and thousands.
Shout out to Dick Webb.
And he was like explaining to us like that's like a key thing with like doing this, like this like social media collaboration thing is like having other homies to like talk with and like collaborate and like the viewership and like, you know, it's like this giant like party. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
Cross pollination.
Yeah, it allows your audiences to kind of mingle and get to know each other. Yeah, totally.
Now, is there like certain guys that you guys like when you're off, just like you'll watch?
Yes.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I like, and it's a shame for me to say it, but I do like the big streamers. Okay. it's the community and how like busy things are, and there's that. It reminds me of the work that I do every day, right? I have to be on for half an hour when I'm with like these adults that are trying to get their workout in. And so that's what the big streamers do for that entire 3-hour stream. And so it kind of bings off of my head, and that's the kind of energy that I like. And so I try to bring that when we sit down. I know Larry watches a lot of Djibouti.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Djibouti. And what they usually do, or other smaller streamers as well. I do watch a few big streamers, but with Djibouti, it's like, or a lot of smaller streamers, they'll watch like old commercials from like the 90s and 2000s from TV and just react to it, relive those like nostalgic memories or old toy commercials and stuff. And these guys do voiceover work. So hearing them do like funny dubs and stuff is absolutely hilarious. They'll watch old fast food commercials. But yeah, I think like you guys said, I do really like the interaction, like the ability to be like, oh, hey, what do you guys think about this? And then, you know, they can actually just read it and respond to you. I love that aspect of Twitch. So I do like some of the smaller communities for sure. So like Djibouti was a good example. And then actually the channels that actually usually rate us, like Brittany Smalls, she's a great content creator. Awesome. And she's always by herself doing solo stuff, but she's like absolutely hilarious. And like she's like great at interacting with chat and like just talking with. So yeah,
shout out Brittany Smalls.
Yeah, and I think there's a happy medium, right? Before you hit big, that you can absolutely still control the chat, but you're like still pretty big streamer. And that's that like goal, right? That's that first big milestone where things are almost getting out of control chat-wise, but you're still there to connect and still there to entertain.
Do you guys have like a separate screen, like kind of TV turned sideways that you use for the
you guys have a green screen, don't you?
Chat? Yeah. For chat, I have my laptop on my lap. We have our phones open to chat because we're playing on like an actual TV. So we have like the computer running stream into whatever game system we're using directly into TV. And so because we're away from the computer, we have to use our laptops or like separate mobile devices for chat. But I mean, it works, and we make sure to keep our eyes open like hawks.
Listen, Ernie knows all about cutting the corners.
Yeah, I don't want to get into like the whole schematics of it, but like I've seen guys use like OBS where you can have kind of like the secondary screen on the side where you can see the chat kind of going. Yeah. And I was just curious if you guys are running like triple screens or just running one laptop and just keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, we do have a dual monitor setup that we're running the stream through, and then like Dom said, we've got the TV, so we just have the video and the audio from the TV feed into the stream basically in the computer, and that's what OBS captures. So we could look to the side on the PC on one monitor to see chat. It's just because it's a little far away from us, so we have our phones open on the couch. But other than that, and then that's Tuesday we do the TV gameplay, and then on Thursdays I'm usually at my PC and Dom is at home at his PC, and then we stream through Discord and do like what's that called? Remote stream. Yes,
yeah.
So
like this.
Don't have to always get together, which is it's convenient because if Dom gets late from work kind of thing, he doesn't have to rush over here. He can just turn on his computer and fire up a game. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Right on. So when you guys are doing Twitch, like I understand it's mostly just the gameplay sounds and that, but like have you run into any copyright stuff with Twitch, or does Twitch not do that?
No, they definitely do. That is a very serious thing. Yeah, no, and we haven't had any issues with that because I think most of the stuff, like from games, like you're saying, it's usually licensed in the game, so it's okay because we're playing the game and stuff. But it's definitely like a big thing, like DMCA strikes. I think with Twitch, if you get 3 strikes, your account is banned permanently, and that's it. So I know there are like a lot of big streamers who, you know, they just play a video from YouTube and it's got background music that's like copyrighted music, and it could literally be a 30-second little clip of music, and that's a strike right there. So luckily, I think we have to get to a point where it's like
we're on the radar.
The audience is pretty large, and you know they can see us main page Twitch, and there's people actually like, you know, watching for that kind of thing. But I think at this point we're not at that viewership where, you know, it's really an issue. But we don't watch any DMCA music for the most part. We use like non-copyrighted lo-fi music, just background music, or if we can, we usually actually have the game audio going, just like main screen music, or, you know, like whatever theme for the game we're playing, and then we have that as like a background audio while we're like, you know, just chatting it up kind of thing.
Yeah, because I had somebody recommend, because I was removed from Facebook and Instagram for going DJing live on it. I was removed. I was removed from posting anything and from commenting on shit for like 3 months.
Wow.
Because what happened was
3 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought it was just a couple.
Oh no, I was off.
Oh, is that why you haven't been done for a while?
Yeah, I don't post shit. Fuck
Off the
grid.
Wow.
So I was live, and what I did was I just played a bass track that was just like, and I just played that continuously over top of everything to try and avoid getting copywritten strict. But it did work so much because apparently there's shit written in the music that I was like, well. So then what happened? And the problem is I got banned from the first stream, and they're like, you're gonna get kicked off. It gives you a warning, and it goes, you're gonna be removed in like 30 seconds if you don't change the song. So I changed the song, and then I kept going.
Does it tell you that?
Yep. And then it kicked me off. So then I jumped on a different account, and I went back online again, and then that removed me.
Catch me.
So then I went on Instagram, and I went on my own, and I went live, and then I went on my on my DJ one and got removed for that. I got removed from 4 accounts in less than half an hour. And then I couldn't post shit. I couldn't comment on shit for like 3 months. Wow. And somebody suggested like Twitch, because apparently they have a hard time going through that. It's harder to pick it out. But then somebody else has suggested YouTube, but I can't repost it afterward. Like you can go live.
Right.
You can only go live,
but you can't repost it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's an active monitoring system, right? So if you get flagged by somebody, you're screwed. But the actual companies aren't doing too much, like looking around for whatever their music being used, unless you're huge, right? So yeah, it is a little safer on Twitch if that's what you're looking to do. That's not what we're saying to do.
Try it out.
I do know there are also ways on Twitch to you can have like live music playing for your stream where people can hear it, but it won't be recorded into the VOD for after.
Right.
So it saves to a separate audio track, so that way there's no, when they play it back, there's no like
evidence.
You've eliminated all the evidence.
Yeah, that's smart.
That is
smart.
Okay.
Have you seen how it comes? Like, I don't know if you've seen anybody that got it stricken. Have you seen how it comes up? So it's like legit from, so let's just say, call it Capital, like Capital Recording. I get a note saying that Capital Recording has flagged my music from this time to this time. What? And if I don't rectify it, it will be muted. So then like, I got so mad. I eventually just sent them pictures of animals having sex because I just got so mad at it. Because I was like, I'm not making money off this shit. Like, calm your tits. Like, so it's gonna be fine. And I got so mad. Yeah, I just started sending them pictures of animals having sex because they weren't writing me back anymore.
You're odd.
Oh yeah,
I got
up
mad. With this?
I got mad. Odd, but which animals?
Well, one was a Saint Bernard and a deer.
Saint Bernard.
It was consensual, I'm sure.
Wow. I don't think the deer would be down for that. Anyway, okay, where are we going here? It's like, so we were talking before about like streamers that we watch. You know who I like to watch is Dr. Disrespect. Do you know who that is?
No.
I like watching his streams. My favorite thing is when people don't think it's him, and he's like, just like, but he puts on it. So people don't know, Dr. Disrespect is like this character who he puts on like makeup, and he's got like glasses on and a fake mustache and a bunch of different stuff. Like, so he plays this character, but he's very good. And so that's the cool thing about me. Like, I watch something like that, I'm like, this is incredible. Like, the guy's like a professional like gamer. Like, I think there's a big difference between people that are streamers, you know, and this guy does it like he's like that good where like you know when we were kids we'd watch those like videos or like movies about these guys that go to like Japan, go to those like tournaments. Like, this guy's like a tournament player. Like, incredible. Like, the stuff that he pulls off.
Entertaining.
Yes, and that's the funny part is when people don't believe that it's him and he just like shit talks them. It's like, you got that? You like that? And they're just like, don't try to pretend to be somebody else. And he goes, okay. He's like, and then he hunts them down, and just murks. So it's quite entertaining. See, that's what I like.
I like the one where the guy, he's like, he sounds like that. What the heck is his Barbosa or something like that?
What?
And he like pretends to like he looks up their IPN numbers and like he goes on them and he tells them VPNs. Yeah. And he's
what?
Like, he pretends to be this guy from.
Tells them
That's so funny.
Yeah.
This kid is like shitting his pants because he's telling him exactly where he lives and like what he had for breakfast, and he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. He's like, you're going to apologize to me, or I'm coming to your house. And I'm gonna disrespect your mother or something like that. Oh yeah, it's scary. Like he sounds like
a Twitch streamer.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Well, it might have been YouTube. Now that I'm thinking of it. My guilty pleasure right now on YouTube is those guys that do scam baiters. I cannot get enough of that stuff.
Yeah,
I can watch that for like the whole day.
I go down that rabbit hole and it's over.
Have you guys watched that at all?
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that.
Where they voice act as like grannies and try to get scammers to. Yeah. Love it.
Kit Boga, and shout out to Kit Boga, and to what's the other one? The Trilogy Media. They're pretty damn good. And the Scam Baiter one, the guy that has the blue hair, Progi. He is friggin' awesome too. I do a mild version of that, but.
It feels good watching that content because you feel like you're helping stop something, right?
Getting them back.
Yeah, that's all it is, and it's like a guilty pleasure, but it's also like virtuously good, right? So you don't feel bad for wasting your time watching it. Like the end result, you save somebody else.
I love it when they break into the guy's computer and then they look up the lady's like information. And they're all just like, we found out you were scammed.
Yeah.
Don't send it in. And then they get a hold of like his shit and they send like glitter bombs with the fart spray in it. I saw that one just recently. That was pretty damn cool.
Like all those call centers in India. Yeah.
I answer them now because I like having fun with it. Because I just, I wait. I let them get their whole spiel out. I'm like, I have a question when you're done. And they're like, they say whatever they're going to say. And they're just like, so like, who are you calling about? I'm like, you. And then there's this, and I always ask, what are you wearing? And then I love it when they're like, excuse me. I'm like, I really need to know this before I send you a gift card. What are you wearing?
It feels like it's the new trend is like our Instagram accounts getting hacked. And like people saying like, send me your send me your email, and they want to get a hold of you. And then I
have a couple in my inbox right now. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. No.
Is it the ones that say we'd like be friends, and but it's like spelled wrong? It's like we write be friends.
Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna send all of my followers $500 or something. And I was like, nah, man, keep it. Like I don't want it.
Yeah, it's like I nice, you nice, let's be nice.
Those are like, I think that's the new scam. Is like, so then like we've had a lot. Actually, I have two friends of ours who their accounts got hacked, and then
we got a hold of it.
Bernie and I joined a chat, added that person to our chat, and then we just went into it.
We would be canceled if anybody got a hold of that information.
No, we would be canceled. So basically what we're quoting is we would. He knows Fed Smoker, so we're literally quoting Fed Smoker quotes. Like,
don't touch my camera through the fence.
Like your mom's house quotes. We're like, I got a DUI, baby. I got it on the Trans Canada Highway. Like, I said, so there's this whole chat of Ernie and I just going through and just like quoting back and forth, like, hey Garth, where are the bodies hidden? And like, just like we're just going through it. And like this guy's just like, no, this is for real. I'm like, I know it's for real, but the families need to know. The families need to know where the bodies are buried. Let's give them some peace. Like we go through it. We just go through it. Like I'm home right now. Try it out, my guy. Like we're just like we trash them. But
that's the upside and the downside of like the everything being such social media and everything being like online, right? But it's like it's nice when you find like guys like yourself or like I say like these scam baiter guys that it's like interesting content that that what they're doing is wholesome and they're not here to take your money and they're not like they're not willing to take you for a ride and they're not playing a character either. Like you can tell like when you guys are doing your stream and when they're doing obviously they're playing a character but they're being like genuine about what they're trying to do, that it's the bullshit kind of shines through, right? Like if it is. So it's nice when you find some guys that are like, they're truly having fun and they're not just like making jokes for the sake of making a joke. Like it's actually like enjoying each other's company. And it's
well, like I feel like you guys know what you're doing. Like, so it's not boring. You know what I mean? Like anybody can go, hey, I'm a Twitch streamer now, and then I'll jump on and go, nah.
It took time,
Yeah.
and I think it would be a lot different if I turned on the camera and sat there by myself for 3 hours. You'd be getting a lot of like mean faces in the camera, a lot of silences for too long. But it's good that we have each other, right? So that way, when Larry is really focusing on the game, I just turn to chat and tell them to go fuck themselves, and they talk back to me, right? But it gives us a chance to bounce off each other and make sure that like there's always something going on. In case we just need to focus on something else or just a second to recalibrate and understand actually what's going on.
Yeah. And it's good because we have each other. We don't usually critique each other, but if we have any sort of input, we can always bounce it off of each other. And, like, hey, do you want to try this for next time? Or, hey, you know what, like Mike sounds a little bit. It's good to just not have just be your own critic. You know what I mean? We kind of have each other to improve with and work off of. So, yeah.
It's always good, like even like Ernie and I, like, hey, so like I'll do this more. Like sometimes I talk too much, and then I'll just be like, I gotta shut up, or you know what I mean? Like I'll just be like maybe like we don't ever plan what we're gonna talk about. We just have like, hey, like I got a couple questions, you got a couple questions. Let's make sure we don't ask the same question, but like we just roll with it. You know what I mean? Like and questions will come up naturally. But with you guys, because you're family, I see like same thing for us. It's easy for us to just riff. Like Ernie and I could just talk the whole time. Like we don't need anybody. Like
my notes were names, and that was it.
but like you know what I mean. But because we've already kind of like been part of the world. You know what I mean. Like but like someone like where we don't know anything about, I might have like a 2.5 sheets of like questions. Be like, if we run into trouble, I'll keep us out of the weeds. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
So obviously Larry's busy trying to jam broccoli into donuts. But
whoa.
Remember the last podcast?
Yeah,
I said that. Vegan?
No, I know.
If you don't get that joke, go back to the.
No, I got the joke.
I wouldn't be in a dick.
I'm like,
I wouldn't be in a dick.
And they put out some good shit.
I know, but it was a joke because you
don't need to question the
joke. Yeah, I do, because you didn't. I don't think you got it.
No, I got it.
You took more offense than he did. You got the joke.
I like the donuts.
I know they're damn good.
Okay, carry
on. But it
on.
was a joke because remember the last podcast I said.
Carry on.
Dom, what is it that you do as other than streaming? I was going to ask you what you did.
You're a coach.
Yeah, so I work at.
You don't have to say where you work. You don't have to say.
Oh, okay, it's a gym. I work at a gym.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where we do like half an hour boot camp style sessions. And I'm on a microphone, and I get to yell at people for a living, which is
like a headset microphone.
Where do I sign up?
Wow.
Headset microphone. Awesome. I get to go in front of people, tell them to go faster and faster. Let's go. Get up. Heavier weight.
Now he works with seniors sometimes. Can you imagine? This guy
come on, Mabel.
Do they have to sign do they have to like sign?
And they are excellent worker outers, those seniors. Once I get the handle on them, and like I feel them out, right? As far as like whether they're comfortable with me pushing them or not.
Yeah.
But make sure they're not like seizures and stuff like that. Flash the lights on, give them like epilepsy.
You don't get epilepsy.
But no, it's just that's what kind of transitioned me into wanting to stream with Larry. It's that for the half an hour sessions, all I'm trying to do is make sure that those people have the best half an hour of their day. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not just about killing them. I sound like that, but it's not. It's about them enjoying themselves because people come from shit jobs that they hate or shit home lives that they hate. They're paying half an hour to give them a good experience, and so that's what we do. And then I get to come here and try to extend that for like 3 hours. So that's a paradigm shift for myself because I'm good at being on for half an hour.
Yeah.
Being on for 3 is really like, it's not hard. It's just you kind of run out of oomph to give. So that's why it's great to have
that back and forth.
Exactly.
I was going to ask you if anybody from your work, if you've ever noticed that transitions over there.
The demographic's a little bit older as far as where my work is, but a lot of my coworkers have popped in. They stay secret, behind the curtains. I just see their names in chat or watching, not even in chat, and they tell me like afterward, like, oh hey, you guys are so funny, like blah 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 blah. I'll tell my friends. So there is like mixing from absolutely everything that we've probably ever done. And you can see that crossover. Like I was at the bar like 2 months ago, and one of our viewers were there and like noticed me and said, "Hey Dom, like, oh my goodness, I watched your stream." And I was like, "Oh, like I hadn't met this person, but she had went to school with Larry." Larry. So it's just you kind of run into these people, and that was a kind of a moment where I was like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't even know you were a thing."
Circle.
Yeah, really.
It always feels cool when people are like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast," and I'm like, "Oh, please God, don't listen to Santa Claus." Please God, don't listen to Santa Claus.
Damn, what'd you hear? Oh no.
Oh God.
Actually, the Saint Bernard and the deer.
Oh.
No, we've had a couple. Like Larry, this is your third time hanging out with us. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He's our third time hanging out. But like, so we've been through the ropes. Like we've been through some interesting times. Like so, So don't stop me. It's gonna be 4 years actually in October. Okay, it's 4 years. So don't stop me saying it. But over those 4 years, like we've had some like ones that were just kind of like, you know what? That was not like. So we've transitioned our RS test feed, the company we're using, and we've gone to a new company that's actually less expensive and more statistics, like just a better move.
It's way better, yeah.
So we were able to bring all of our episodes, which we couldn't do before. And so on that transition, we kind of left a couple.
Yeah, some of them kind of stayed back in the woods.
Stayed back in the woods just because, like, you know what I mean? Like, our Nana listens to this. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear about, I don't want Nana to hear the one Christmas episode where
Santa's doing snow.
Santa called in and was doing cocaine for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's probably for Nana.
So, and that was just us kind of like, like figuring out our audience and figuring out where we are. And like, we can be funny and like laugh about stuff, but maybe some stuff we can just leave, for like another day. But I don't know what point I was trying to make. But
fucking Santa Claus.
But it's just like, it's cool when we're able like with you guys, it's able to like bounce off of each other and like keep that kind of like moving and make it easier. And it's easier when we're family, I think. I don't know, like mind you, Two Bears One Cave, like those guys can riff pretty well, but
if you know each other well enough and you have like that rapport, I think it doesn't matter if you're related. I guess
you're right though, because like even two people that are related, they can hate each other's guts and not even want to like.
Yeah, I know somebody right now I wouldn't talk to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Fuck him. Santa Claus ain't coming to your door, bitch.
I don't think he's talking about me.
I don't think I'm talking about you.
So how do you guys? Sorry, my brain was like, rip. I was gonna ask you guys. So, how do you guys know? Like, do you guys plan it in advance? Like, hey, this new game's coming out. This would be really cool to like stream about. Like, do you guys think about? Like, I know you had mentioned that before. Like at the end of it, this would be fun. Or how do you continue? Like, what's your ideas and how does that flow? Is it very like, is it organized? Or you just kind of go as is?
Usually if there's like a new game coming out that we both kind of think would be entertaining to stream, because like it has to be one of those games where it's like we want to play it, but also it has to seem like it would be fun to watch too, because some games I think are fun to play, but I don't think they're as entertaining to watch. You've got to make it more theatrical and entertaining. So it's usually, if it's a newer game coming out, we'll plan it ahead of time. We'll pick up a copy of that, on release day or after release day, and we'll play it for the next stream. And if it's going good, we just keep playing the game through week after week until we finish it, like we did with Resident Evil. Sometimes if the game's not as good as we were expecting or it's a little slow, we'll be like, okay, we'll figure out something else for next week. But yeah, like even from gaming and stuff, we're trying to transition into doing also like actual like IRL content and like just chatting stuff where we do like reactions. Like we did a Halloween candy tier list this year where we just literally got one of every single kind of candy we could get in Canada possible. And we sat and we ate every single one. Yeah. Like Reese, everything you can imagine. There was like, I don't even know, like 30, 40 pieces of candy, rockets, everything. We ate every single one and we rated it on a tier list. But we're doing this with chat as well, right? So we're, asking people what they want and stuff, what do they think it would be rated at. But yeah, it's usually planned out. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more off the cuff if it's like, okay, we know the console we want to play. Like sometimes we'll be like, we haven't played anything retro in a while. So, I feel like let's do some GameCube stuff. So we'll have the GameCube ready to go. And then it'll be like maybe an hour or two before, we'll be like, oh, let's play Monkey Ball or Simpsons Hit and Run. You know what I mean? Like we'll just kind of plan it out a little bit earlier before. But we usually have some idea of what we're doing a little bit in advance for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to play the category game because I know Larry talked about this earlier, but it really does matter like what game you're playing, when you were playing it, like at what point of its lifespan you're playing it. And so it really is like a learning process, right? If we get a good new game within the first week, you're probably going to do well there, right? So like it will be a couple scrolls down as far as like the discovery page. But if you get like a big game that's been on forever, like GTA 5, if we tried to play GTA 5 today, we wouldn't get any viewers. There's the main guys that play GTA 5. We would be 5 pages down. It's not getting new audience. It's just the people that always go to their big streamers. Yes. And then like there's also the other side of it, where if you find a game that has like 20 people watching it, and then you're just the other person playing it, that's great too, because if people really love the game, they just go, oh, who are these guys that I've never seen before playing the game? It's the only other option. We'll pick them. So it is really a toss-up, but there's a calculation to it, right? It's not just randomized or guessing. There's a little bit of hypothesizing.
Yeah, for sure. Like we'll usually check out the game category ahead of time to see like, well, how many people are streaming it right now, how many people are watching it.
That's
so
really
smart. You want to find it. It's like there's a nice balance where it's like there's a lot of people watching a game, but not that many people streaming it, if that makes sense. So you have a better chance of getting down through that. So like Dominic was saying with GTA 5 or games like Call of Duty or Fortnite, you've got thousands of people streaming it, right? And you could imagine, people are only going to watch the top 20 streamers because why would I watch some nobody playing Fortnite? Whereas if you play, a GameCube game or Game Boy Advance game, something where there's a much smaller niche audience, it's a smaller audience, but you are much more likely to be found through that because you're one of the only two or maybe the only stream playing it. Like we've had games before where we'll go live and we're the only content creator on Twitch who's playing that game at that moment. And then people, they search that game and it's like, oh, these are the only people playing it right now. And that's how they find us. So it's
that's
kind of,
cool.
we go back and
that's awesome.
If there's like a new game, like let's just say it's one that's it's not as well known as like a Call of Duty and that, but it would be something that would be put you guys in the top chart for like playing the game and for views and that. But let's say you start playing the game and the game sucks. Would you start making fun of the game, or due to the fact that you don't want to make anybody mad that's liking the stream, would you pretend to like the game, or are you giving it like you're on if you're just running around like look at this bullshit,
this game sucks.
Yeah, let's hop over the bullshit.
I will hold nothing back when I dislike a game,
absolutely,
especially if I'm losing. Okay, there's not a chance I won't save anybody's feelings. Of course, if people are watching and they enjoy it, it just makes it even more fun that two guys are making fun of it and still playing it, because then it's our misery that they're playing off of. They're like, ha ha ha, we enjoy that part. But no, we would never kind of like hide how we feel about it. And just at the end of it, we'd be like, okay, that wasn't great. We're probably not going to play that one again. So stick around for the next kind of game that we play.
It's definitely like just honest feedback we want to give. And like you were saying, sometimes you've never played the game and you want to get an idea of if it's something you'd like or not. Yeah. So even if we play it for, 2-3 hours, it'll be like, okay, it's an okay game, not for me, or I don't think I'd play it again. We've definitely had those types of games where we go into it thinking, oh, we'll play it today, we'll continue it next week, go the week after, and then after the first 2 hours, we're like, nah, there's no way. And we'll say it on stream kind of thing, like, I don't think this is for me. There's so much dialogue where it's really slow, the combat's not fun, but yeah, we're just totally honest with it. And, sometimes people in chat like it and stuff, but we're just giving our honest opinion. I think it's better to be appreciated for who and what we really think, rather than, sugarcoat it and be like, oh, this is pretty good. This is really fun.
And you don't want to be miserable streaming either, right? If we ever got stuck in that game again, that'd be hell.
Just drag it through the water. Oh, yeah. So do you take advantage of the returning policies for EB Games? Is it not EB Games? What is it? Is it EB Games? GameStop. So do you take advantage? Now, do you guys take advantage of the policy where if you play it in the first week, you can bring it back? Like, do you ever do that? Like, you have a game?
No, they don't do that.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Okay.
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. I'm just asking.
No, but honestly, Larry loves collecting games, and just the more that he has, it's an investment, right? Yeah. Like eventually, these things are going to be classic. Yes, they're sold like crazy, but the point is that we normally keep them. Yes. We've never.
How long is the return policy for them?
It's in 7 days.
Oh, you could burn a whole bunch of copies for that.
Wasn't that? I think. No,
Do you remember? Do you remember that the
no,
game?
No.
Hang on a sec. Blockbuster. They did that because I rented a game and it was for PlayStation 2. I remember, and I accidentally rented a GameStop one. Sorry, GameCube, and I returned it. I'm like, I'm an idiot, and they're like, how long have you had it for, sir? I'm like, I don't know, an hour. I'm like, I went home, I ordered a pizza, I went to go play the game, and I realized I had the wrong one. She goes, actually, you've had it long enough that you potentially may have burned the game.
Wait, whoa.
Oh, wow.
But you're
I
renting
was
it.
like-
But you're renting it.
I'm
Doesn't
like,
matter.
I don't have a GameCube. So what am I going to do with the burned GameCube game? She's like, well, how do I know that, sir? I'm like, follow me home.
I'm confused. Anyway,
I went to.
I got it now.
You got it?
Now. Yeah.
I went to Blockbuster.
No. I get it.
Okay.
It. So, like, but I know that if people that can burn, like, I take forever to go through a video game. Like, I take forever because you don't have a whole lot of time. I finally, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago when Valhalla came out. Valhalla's been out for like a year, I think, something like that, right?
That
2 years probably.
Almost 2 years.
Which game is that?
The Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh yeah.
And I think I finally beat it, maybe 2 or 3 months ago when I finally had time. And like now that they're coming up with like the new like add-ons and stuff, like I was actually playing it the other night. But wait,
Was Valhalla online?
yeah, no, you can't play it
No?
online. No. But anyway, I'm just saying
Mhm.
it takes me a long time to like. And the guy at the GameStop was like, some people I'll see them on Monday. See them on Friday. They'll bring the game back and then return it and then get another game. Like that's something people do.
Wow.
That's hardcore, yeah.
That's
That is
hardcore, man.
hardcore.
But then I'm like,
Thanks for
well,
the tip. No.
so if like a streamer like you guys got a new game, played it on stream, we're going through and be like, this game sucks, and then go get another one, and then because like this is kind of like your hobby career, kind of like your
Right.
like that
So
kind of.
he's not telling you what you should do.
I'm just
not.
saying, but I think it's only for members or something. There's like a membership certain. I don't know.
It's like
I'm gonna get an
Larry
email.
and Dahmer
I'm
back.
gonna
Guess
get
we're making a
I'm
new
gonna
video.
get an email about this. I'm gonna get an email about this.
You
one.
are definitely.
They're gonna be like, hey, don't tell people that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, hey,
Shut your mouth.
shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me like that.
There used to be a game service like that, right? I know Blockbuster had some video games, but was there not like a Netflix for video games?
Was there?
I think
Like
there
a red,
was.
like a red box, you mean?
Oh,
Red
yeah,
box?
but I think it was an online service completely.
Game Pass?
Yes, you're right. You're right. I saw that though, but my thing was I saw how to order it, but I never knew how to friggin' return it. Because if you think like
Right.
you would have to send it, because I always late fees. I still owe Blockbuster like $10 million.
Yeah.
But like I never knew how you would
That's why they
return
went
that.
under because of you.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Don't talk like
You don't talk like that.
that. Carry on.
I wonder if they could ever get back to you about that. It's like you stole all our videos right
They're
at the
done.
end.
They're done. man.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I'm sure the CEO's cursing your name right now.
Yes,
He's got a list. He's got a list though. He's got a guy with a black like mask who's
Yeah.
gonna like show up at your door one day.
Yeah.
With us.
If we ever open up another store, don't let his fucking ass in.
No, he's gonna come get you. I'm gonna say you're gonna wake up. He's gonna go. Remember Blockbuster? And that's the end of you. That's the end of you.
No free
This,
popcorn.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. The reason there's all these hikers getting missing in like national parks, Blockbuster's
Blockbuster
Hitman.
video.
Hitman.
I didn't even think of that.
Okay, conspiracy. I just solved the conspiracy.
Do you guys remember Jumbo?
We're just okay. We gotta let them talk. They're gonna take
Jumbo
over.
video? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the popcorn? I still, every time I go to a movie theater and I smell the popcorn, I think of Jumbo. Now, I don't know if you remember, maybe I'm crazy, but I think there was either an adult section or I always thought there was something upstairs. Now, realizing now, it's probably just a back door that's an emergency exit, but I saw this door and it looked like it led to nowhere in the back corner of that fucking store. And I always want to go to the door. My mom's like, don't you go near that door.
You gotta know any kind of back door in a place where you can go in and come out. It's
You
gotta
think
be.
that?
It's definitely R-rated.
That's the itchy and scratchy section.
yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Sure, I'm not-
Action.
100%.
I'm not sure why you asked them that question. I'm kind
Well,
of
because
interested.
I figured they're from the area, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this must have been before me. Where's the Jumbo video?
It was weird.
Because I remember Jumbo, yeah.
It was where Blockbuster used to be.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that used to be Jumbo Video.
No.
Okay, listen here. I used to have a game, whatever.
Game Gear. The Jumbo Video is where you know the place where you get the bulk barn. That's where it was. You want to look it up later? I'll bet you. You want to bet? Let's make a bet. You want to bet?
Where's the bulk barn?
No. We'll talk about this later. We're gonna bet.
You're gonna plan a bullshit.
I'm making $5 off this.
You ain't making fucking
up.
You owe me a coffee still, by the way. Larry, you telling his ass he's got to get in there.
Yeah, so like that's what this is how our bets go. It's Red Eye Cafe coffees and a donut.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
Not bad. That's great. Good choice.
you know how many bets or how many things they have involving your donuts? Like for instance, like if my wife not to talk about Red Eye Cafe, if you don't want to, you can tell me to shut up. But so like I'll go into what is it? What's that store?
He tell you to shut up, but you're not going to stop talking apparently. So
No, you don't shut up. So I'll go into HomeSense, and if my wife buys something and then brings it home,
That's
you guys here.
We got nothing popping off.
That's okay. That's okay. This is a good. You got an interlude for a dog. Is there a squirrel?
Yeah, I think it's
Is there a
squirrel?
This is not the first time on the podcast that we've had to stop for a pet transition. We're definitely worth it here.
Yeah.
But I want Larry to hear this because like it involves him.
Been neutralized.
This involves him making more money off of me and my wife. So if she buys something at HomeSense, she brings it home and then realizes that it doesn't fit or she doesn't like it, and makes me return it. She has to buy me a donut. That's how it works.
Is it the fact that she made the wrong decision, or the fact that you have to return it?
Because I have to return it.
no, he's getting a reward for going into HomeSense.
Yeah, I get it.
I
I just want to make sure.
I hate returning stuff.
I hate that store.
Oh, I hate
Winners and that one.
Hey, bleep this out.
No, I don't care. No, I enjoy the store. They have far too much breakables, and I am a klutz. I fall. I broke it some before, and I might have run out of the store.
Which store?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay.
But let's just say I wasn't a winner of that.
There's a list.
Hey, we're gonna shut up now, aren't we?
Did you guys? You guys both grew up Preston, right? Is that true?
Sorry, Preston?
Preston. Did you guys grow up in Preston?
Galt, actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Galt, Preston, Cambridge.
No, it's different.
So do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was like a
Jumbo Video.
No. There was a store specific for games, downtown Preston on King Street, where you could rent video games.
Oh yes. It's where that T-shirt printing place is right now.
Yeah. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The one.
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
That's so cool though.
The one where Giant Tiger is right now, right?
No. It's like downtown Preston. I think it's where.
Do you remember that store that might not exist?
No. But anyway, this guy. I don't know if you guys. The story I'm trying to explain is the guy who owned it was always just a little bit weird, and he was like kind of like interesting, and so like all the weird kids, the nerdy kids, he'd have to interact with us, and he was always so annoyed, being like, "Oh, here again." And you would go down there and you try to rent something for on a Friday instead of going to Blockbuster. And like he had like this weird system, like if it was rented out or not rented out, he'd have like these like blue chips or red chips and like.
Don't tell me you ate his chips.
No. It was like a clip he put on the box for the game, and it was always a weird interaction. Like it was like you were doing him a favor by like renting the game. And if you went in there to like peruse, the look he would look at you when you were just like looking around trying to find something. He was like either like, if this isn't a library, you're in or out, and like I think like people were stealing a lot, and he just did not like people like.
If your face went up on the board. At Blockbuster, that's where you had to go.
You know what I mean? So it was like a last resort place, but it was like not a fun interaction. And I wanted to know if you guys had the similar. No, I guess not.
No,
but you love a business owner that doesn't like business. Eh?
Yeah,
not funny.
The guy that gave you chips when you rented it.
No,
make sure you eat those.
It wasn't.
He's like Mr. Herbert.
You
make sure you eat those.
You didn't eat the chip. It was like a blue chip thing he put on. I can't explain
make sure
it.
You stretch
anyway,
those juicy
I was hoping you
hamstrings.
guys would know what I'm talking about. Anyone out there who messages me who's in that area knows the game store I'm talking about. It's closed now, but the guy always was like, "You're."
How do you look that up? Creepy
like
old guy that hands out
It's
chips.
like you were trying to do like a deal with like China, and like you're trying to like move over like people out of the country. Like it was always a big deal, and it was like, oh. So anyway,
we had one.
Shout out to that guy. Thanks for creeping me out in my childhood.
We had one.
That was nice. Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called either. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is like, what's your opinion on like things transitioning to like, do you guys buy games online or do you want the actual physical copy? We've been talking about bullshit for the last 10 minutes. Let's let this guy's answer something.
So, like I do buy some stuff digital. It's usually cheaper, so sometimes it's like just the better option, a little more cost effective. But I personally always try to go physical if I can. I love being able to hold my games or like physically see, or movies even for that matter. Because I have really, really bad memory too. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to watch a movie or play a game. And if I can't actually see it on a shelf, I won't remember it exists, or I won't remember I have it. And then I end up never playing it, or, that $20-$30 just goes to waste because I just forget I even have the game. But I always, if I can, I usually buy the game physical, especially if it's something I know I'm going to be playing for an extended amount of time kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. If a game needs an update when you buy it digitally, can you play it if you don't do the update?
I think sometimes you can, depending on what the update is. Usually, if it's like a minor bug fix or something,
it'll give you the option
to install it or update it. Yeah, it'll be like you can update or skip software update or something, and then that way you can go in. But sometimes, if it's like a major overhaul to something in the system, you're like forced to do the update. But yeah, like even if you get it with the disc, you do just need an internet connection for that kind of thing. Yeah. Disc or virtual version kind of thing. You just need an internet connection. But
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that because I know a recent Pokemon game that came out, so like Shining Diamond, there was a remake. In the original version of the game, there was like a couple of, not hacks, but things you could do that weren't allowed in the game, and so they patched it like week 1. And so people would just disconnect their switches from Wi-Fi to make sure that they kept that original patch in without the update so they can continue like abusing the game. Yeah. So all you really need to do is make sure that there's just no internet connection going to it, because otherwise it will like automatically get that software update.
Because I'm just thinking, if you have like an Xbox or a PlayStation that you downloaded all these games onto the PlayStation, all of a sudden, let's just say you take it up to the cottage with you and you want to go play the game, and all of a sudden it's like you need an update so you can't play the damn thing. Like you paid for it. Like, oh man, that would suck.
Oh my
Pain
god.
in the ass.
Yeah.
And the updates take forever. Like I had to update my system, so my Xbox One updated it last night because I played it for a couple months, and then I had to update the game too. I was like, oh my god! I sat there for like 25 minutes just flipping through Instagram, waiting for the stupid thing to upload, just so I could go.
How much storage do you have on your Xbox?
Dude, I purge. I'm a purge.
See?
So
I think that's what's crazy, dude. My PS2 can hold every goddamn game I've ever played ever.
Memory card.
What?
But like the second that like next gen came out, like everything is like close to like terabytes of like storage. Yeah. Like 3 games fit on a terabyte hard drive. I find that crazy.
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your mind. So I just learned this about 2 months ago, and I just found my PlayStation 2 or 3 anyway. Found it in the closet. Did you know that if you turn your PlayStation to stand upright, you can turn the logo so it's
everybody knows
straight?
That.
What?
Everybody knoes that.
Wait, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
You did that?
What?
Well, go home, make a video of it. It is crazy. The logo, the little symbol, the PlayStation logo. If you want to stand your PlayStation up, you can turn the little emblem and it turns.
This is what
makes you jazzed.
You're telling me you're not
getting me.
Right?
I love it.
All right. That's cool.
That's why it was the best selling console.
We just become best friends.
I'm also not
logos now.
Right? I just kind of did it. I was like, there's no way. And I went in there and it went, whoop. I'm like, holy Santa Claus shit.
Wow. The things
so
that
you didn't see that from a YouTube video. You figured that one out yourself.
No.
He saw
that was YouTube 100%.
Yeah. I was gonna say 100%. Like, there's no way he's like he pulled an Einstein.
No.
Like,
no. I wonder if this moves.
Yeah, so like I'm a weird person when it comes to video games. I purge. I don't like keeping things around. So if I'm not playing it or I'm not playing so I think I have like maybe 2 or like seriously, I might have like 3 games sitting in my room upstairs. I have Skyrim, the Ultimate Edition. I have the Valhalla game, and I'm pretty sure I have I'm pretty sure I have Modern Warfare, but I can't remember what version.
You have Modern Warfare too.
So like I won't keep a lot of games around because I just don't play. You know what I mean? Like when I play a game, I'll play it for a long time. Like I'll play like I've like I think systematically the only games I've really played every single one of them is the Assassin's Creed games. I love those games. I think they're so sick. Like the history and the idea of like the assassinating thing, the different weapons and stuff. Like I love it. I love the building on it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite series for sure. Yeah.
I play Chell. That's my favorite game. I'll play Chell till I die. I got a funny Chell story. So I got NHL 2021 for Christmas last year, and I had NHL 2020, and it had Austin Matthews on the front of it. So I took it in because I got the NHL 21 for Christmas. So I'm like, oh, I'll just trade this game in. So I go in, and the guy at the counter was being all smug, and he's like, NHL. I went, yep, it's a good game. I'm like, got Toronto Maple Leafs on. It's got to be worth $1 million, right? He's like, not even close. So he goes, how much do you think it's worth? I'm like, I paid 70, so it's got to be like 170 by now. I'm like, he signed it. He's like, he didn't sign it. I'm like, yeah, he did. He's like, that looks like your handwriting, sir. I'm like, nah, that was him. So it was worth 25 cents. Yep. Ooh, I'm like, now what if I draw over the Leaf symbol? Will you give me 50 cents for it? I say that story because my wife showed up with napkins that had Justin Bieber's face on them, and the napkins were worth $1. So somehow my stupid fucking video game was 25 cents, and a photo of Justin Bieber on napkins you're gonna blow your nose with $1.
Yep.
I don't get that.
It's unfair. Yeah. But it's that repeat cycle of the sports games, right? Yeah. Like that's where they get you. Yeah. But I love them too, like FIFA, NBA. I really like those games. It's just you get the same thing the next year with something flashy on it, and so the last year becomes obsolete.
Yeah.
So they screw you on the resale value.
Yeah, those ones. I think it's also because the amount of people who trade them in too, right? Like you're saying, the new one comes out, so you'll get the new updated, and then it's like, well, I don't need last year's roster, so I'll trade it in, and then every single time they get another trade in value or trade in, the value of all those games just goes down and down and down, and then like you can pick them up for like $5 kind of thing if you get an older year. Yeah.
You know, you can sell them on Kijiji. It's more hassle, but you can make more money off.
Well, I'm going to sell Red Dead because I haven't played it since I lost my hat. Fuck that. I have not touched that game since because I went on a serial killing spill. And I'm like, I am done with this.
You know what? I have it as well. Actually, I forgot to mention that. I have that game as well. I just don't like it. I think it's so slow. And I keep getting shot by these guys. And I got a bounty.
Thrown in lakes. You know? Yeah, and that was the other thing too. The bounties, they suck. Because if you don't have enough bullets, then you're walking up trying to smack a guy.
Remember when you and I tried playing online? Yep. We just can't get murdered by these guys. Yep. Like, it's not a fun. Like, if I'm not having fun, like, totally. I don't want to play it. So I was gonna ask you guys this question. Just get back on track to we're off the rails. We're having fun. What was like the first game you guys growing up that were like, you know what, this game is like, you were like, I'm good at this game and I love this game and I hope this game lasts forever?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I don't know if we were good at Pokemon necessarily, but we definitely knew a lot about Pokemon. Okay. And that was one that we could just like, because there's so much in the actual game in terms of types and stuff. So we were just like brainstorming all these cool like combinations of Pokemon to catch. So that was definitely one. But we didn't do any sort of like competitive stuff, but we would literally sit and play it for hours. Or like Super Smash Brothers. That was one that we would just sit and play for 8 hours of the day. Like no joke.
My daughter was playing that when I left.
What? Hey, nice.
Rad.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think Pokemon's definitely one of them.
Oh, really?
I remember in like grade school, I'd have like a Pokedex. That's the book with all the Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
I tried this on stream recently. I utterly failed, but I used to be able to say every single Pokemon from the first generation to the third generation in a row without to see anything. Yeah. That's all gone now. I suck bad at it, but
what's up there now? Info on like, making sure old people don't have heart attacks or like what's going on?
Yeah, that's all in there. Yeah. that doesn't escape now.
Wow.
So what I think we all
hang
need
on.
to...
No, I'm gonna give them.
I apologize.
I want to give them my answer. My answer would be GoldenEye. I love that game. I played that game way too long, and I got good at it. Like I was that guy that you brought to the party, and I was grabbing that body armor in the temple in the bottom area, and then coming up and just ripping you up. And I knew where people's loads were, and I used the C buttons. Like I'm all over it, man. Like I was all over you. I was murder. People hated having me over, and I was good at it. So it was here's a really cool story. So you only have like a circle of friends that's a maximum 10, maybe 12 guys. So out of those 12 guys in school and stuff, like I would just murder, and like I'd be like, I feel like I'm pretty good at this game. There's one day my dad and we go over to my uncle's house, and my cousin had GoldenEye, and there was like 4 or 5 of his older friends, and I kind of walk in the room. I'm like, playing GoldenEye. I'm like, don't say anything. Just like they're like, hey, you ever played this game before? And I'm like, yeah, I played it a couple times. I was playing probably like 5 hours a day, like just like rhyming through it, knew all the games, knew all the levels. And so they're like, oh, you want to play for a bit? I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll pick it up.
I'm thinking when you're playing like it's that Zach Galifianakis thing where all the numbers are floating through.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I sit down and I pick up the controller and I'm like, I'm playing a little bit. Like
Did you play dumb?
I didn't start sweating first. I was just playing a little bit, like they're like laughing and stuff and playing. And then I turned up the heat. And then I just started kill. And I knew he was gonna spawn there, killed him there. And then the guys like started looking like these guys were probably like 18, 19, 20, and I was probably like maybe like 12, maybe 13 at the time.
That's amazing.
So like these guys were like drinking beers, hanging out, and I just come and start murking. I just start murking, and they're just like oh my god, this kid's good. And then they started like getting into it too, and they started teaming up on me. And so I was like, so my favorite. So I'm like, okay, if you guys want to do that, let's do remote mines. I want to do complex, and you're all gonna die. And so then what I do is so you guys give me your honest opinion about this. So I don't know if you guys play a lot of first person shooters. Do you?
I used to a lot more, yeah.
This idea of camping.
I'm a camper.
This idea of camping, and when you're playing against other people, I wouldn't camp. I would do a zone control. So I'd be in an area. I kill a guy from the area. The guy would come and try to kill me when I was in that area, and then I'd shoot him from a different angle. So I'm all about angles. I killed them. I destroyed them. I destroyed them, and I felt so good about myself. And they're just like, "Oh my god, this kid's killing us!" And then they're like, and then they're gonna start, "No, he's a camping. Oh, you camping over here?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm camping over here. Come get me." So that is like that's like the epitome of when you're sitting there as a kid, you're going, I'm successful at something.
That's right. Yeah,
I did.
Put that on your fucking resume.
You know what I mean? And that was a cool moment. I just remember being there like, I just kicked these guys' asses. Like and then I left the room and I was smiling. And my dad was like, I don't know why we were there, but like we were hanging out. And the guy was leaving, and then I think they was like, "Don't let him play video games next time he comes over." I was like, "That's what's up." You know what I mean? Like walk away feeling like a king.
Grab their beer.
Yeah, and I never did good ever again after that. I kind of like stopped playing. I like, you know what I mean? Like I like that's like the pinnacle of like that existence. And ever since then, I'm like, I'm not that great at any other game really. Like, you know what I mean? But that's my story.
Well, that's okay as long as you're having fun now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah. I'm always having a blast.
WCW versus NWO on Super. What was that? N64. N64. Yeah. I was gonna say, if you guys haven't done it yet, I think the 4 of us should sit down and have like a Royal Rumble tournament or 2-on-2.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so you know, just set the remote down because you're not gonna need it.
Oh. Well, I'll bring some beer
and some tissues because no crying in the streets.
Now I think I have. Do you guys have that game?
I don't know actually. I might have. I used to play it when I was younger at my other
controllers too. I think you got.
Do you guys have an N64 over there?
Yeah, we do.
Well, if you would like to invite us over, we'll bring some beers. That'd be actually. Would you guys stream that? Would that be something you could stream?
Oh yeah, we would. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we've had guests on before.
On your stream?
Yeah, you guys let it get liquored up.
Yeah, I think that's TOS safe drinking.
Yeah. Please.
We'll put it in cups. We'll put it in like a special cup.
Yeah, bags. Brown bag it.
Yeah. That'd actually be a kind of a fun collab.
Yeah.
Man.
We'll talk to our
we can get out. Sounds like he doesn't need a month.
No. You don't even bother.
Who do you use?
What?
Who do you use?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh my god. So this is the start of this. I don't think you better bring something. You better bring it because like these guys are pros here.
Yeah, just bring a
We
pillow.
gotta do like a tournament then. If you guys get that game, we get a game, and you guys have to play us in that game.
Okay.
No, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
You know, Mario Kart or something.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiger Woods golf.
Okay. You know, do you guys ever watch Grandma's Boy? You guys like that movie?
I don't think so.
What?
You haven't seen Graham's
I've heard that
Maybe
before.
I have.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a mission. You guys should like watch that together. Grandma's Boy. It's about video games. It's basically like a
game creators. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like an Adam Sandler kind of movie. Oh my god, dude!
So
It's-
many good one-liners.
So it's such a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
movie. You guys gotta check that out for sure. That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Let's make that plan. We'll come
Yeah.
on.
We can get it
We just
sponsored
we
by.
just,
love it.
we just-
Definitely.
we just like invited ourselves over, but we'll
Yeah.
definitely bring.
Yeah, that's a.
Make it a
More
sponsored
the
event.
merrier, dude.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
hilarious. Ernie's gonna kill us all. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
Should it be like a tag team?
Just
though?
bring something else to do.
Whoa, should it be
Sudoku?
Oh
Yeah.
tag team? Like,
Yeah, me and you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. I'm getting a good vibe from Dom. Maybe he and I will fuck shit up.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Let's set that up. Let's do like
Cool. I like it.
man. So you stream twice a week, and you guys like you gotta know. I gotta say this. You guys do a great job. I love your content. I love hanging out with you guys. And I'm like, usually I'm in bed. I got headphones on, and I'm sitting in bed, and my wife's like, just getting ready, like finishing up the day, and we're just hanging out. And she's like, "Are you watching Twitch?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, watching the guys playing Twitch." Like, just like it's a cool thing to do. It's fun.
Yeah.
You guys do a good job.
Yeah, you're
No,
putting out interesting.
I'm
content for
complimenting
sure.
you. I'm complimenting. Telling you a
Thank you
story.
very much.
I always, when you compliment people and they don't take the compliment because they're humble, that's these guys. Right
That's
here.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you.
Yeah.
So you can shut up.
You can go. Sorry, Nana.
Anyway, so what do you guys got? So do you guys have like plans for the future for this? Is this something you want to do full time, or is it just like, is it always gonna be like a hobby for you? What do you think?
When you're sponsored by Games.
Ideally, things, it's not I don't want this to be an overnight thing, obviously.
Yeah,
'cause
always,
that would be overwhelming. But I think this slow increase to the point where it's self-sustaining and it can be a multi-night a week, more hours, get a studio,
Yeah.
do it ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely the goal. I think slowly doing bigger events. So like Larry said before, in real life streaming. So like going to a haunted house and streaming ourselves or recording it overnight and then going on stream, watching the recording of the kind of shit that happened, or going out to eat, cooking food together, just anything that we can do that people would see value from or that we can make people laugh with. Yeah, that's the goal, is definitely make it something that we can live off of,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we love doing the gaming aspect, and we want to keep that a focal point. Every
Yeah.
Tuesday we're on the couch, but we really want to branch out into doing other things like going to a Renaissance fair or doing an escape room together. You know what I mean? And we can just record us doing it, GoPro it kind of thing, and then hang out with chat and just watch it back and see what happened. We talk about going down to Toronto and just walking around the city and just seeing what's up kind of thing and just talking to the local people and stuff and just kind of doing it our way. You know what I mean? Bringing the couch to the big city. But yeah, the idea is to get it to be more consistent with the hours, because right now, like I was saying, the two schedules is a little hard, but the more we can stream, basically, the more often, the more chances we have of more people seeing us. So that's the goal, is to just stream, not necessarily as much as we can, but we want to have good content for each stream. So you don't want to just go live and just be like, oh, we're playing the same old thing that we've done 100 times, and it gets stale, right? You want to make it like super enticing, like an event, like Dom said. So you want to have things planned. So we're trying to talk about doing other things like Renaissance Fair and just stuff like that. Just
hitting them with swords. I love that. Just a chance to beat the crap out of Larry. You know?
More than he already does.
I got some ideas for you. It's involves some homeless people and some swords. So
You want some
stupid ideas? I'm full of them.
It's like that meme I had this week where like the girl was choking the other girl out on the UFC fighter, and it's like me holding you back from your stupid ideas.
Yeah.
I
got some.
Do it.
If we learn nothing, if I give you nothing from doing that content, all you need is a microphone and a camera. And as we've learned nothing from our friend Evan, it's all you need to get into anything.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. You guys can get in. You make some legit T-shirts that say like what you're doing, and then people just lay in.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, are you guys familiar with Channel 5 News?
No.
All gas, no brakes.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who wears the suit, the young guy.
Yeah.
The young guy, right?
Yeah, he wears the suit and he goes to like just like current events everywhere. Like he went to Ukraine recently, like actually like during the war.
Went to Ukraine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like that's a we're not going to Ukraine.
No.
But,
Yeah,
you know
no.
what I mean? But he'll go to like Daytona Beach when they're doing the races and stuff, and just like all sorts of events, and just I think it's like just giving the locals a chance to talk kind of thing, and like putting a mic up to just the public and stuff. Just like super interactive content. I think we want to get a little bit more into that and stuff. So
Yeah, I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
Yeah, I
What's
would
that?
recommend.
Sorry, I said he does it in a funny way, and he keeps it like lighthearted, right? He shows there's some editing to it, and there's definitely some like views from a certain side, but in general, he doesn't demonize anybody, and so I agree with Ray that is it's a fun thought to just get us into.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be taking a shower at an open house, but something like that.
Yeah,
That's our buddy. We have a buddy Evan. I don't know if you heard that podcast. He's been on a couple times, but he's called the Evan Show, and so he goes around and he like interviews people. But sometimes he'll go to strip clubs and he'll order food and he'll do strip club food review. And so he'll eat outside and he'll be eating the food and reviewing it, and like, or he goes to like open houses and he goes, I'm gonna try your shower. And he gets butt naked.
That's amazing.
And he tries the shower and he'd be like, you know what I mean? Like,
And he's filming it.
and he films it. Yeah. So like this is what he does, but like that kind of content, like that's, that's great. I'd love to see that from you guys. That'd be cool.
What did he say about the chicken wings by the strip club near us?
So he's from Hamilton. So it was more like Hamilton based. That got sketchy. Yeah, it was kind of that was a weird episode.
That was a weird
one.
Yeah,
He's lucky that he befriended the
bouncer.
The bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. You guys should check that out. Check out Evan. But anyway.
Check that out. It was like,
but so I'm actually kind of like, whenever I'm hanging out on a line, I always see your streams pop up. You're streaming today or streaming whatever. But what is with this? I have to ask this question. So the one that you guys do is like the ghost one. What's up about that?
Yes. So it's called Phasmophobia, and it's a relatively new game. I think it came out 2021 or 2020, and it's just basically like the idea of like ghost hunting in real life. To me, like I used to watch those shows, and I know it's mostly fake kind of thing, but it's like very entertaining TV. And the game Phasmophobia is essentially those people, but you're going into different houses or cabins or whatever, but everything is like super exaggerated, right? You've got your EMF reader, your spirit box, your smudge sticks. You've got a book that the ghosts can write in. And basically you have all these different tools at your disposal, UV lights, and you can use them all to try to look for specific pieces of evidence. And then once you find out what pieces of evidence you have, you can kind of, it's like Clue, like you're kind of eliminating certain ghosts as to what it could be. And since we have, freezing temperature readings, the EMFs going off and the spirit box went off, that means it's a banshee or a poltergeist. It tells you specifically what kind of ghost it is. And you get more money based on however many objectives you complete, or if you guess the ghost correctly kind of thing. And then the trade-off is if you die or if you anger the ghost too much and it kills you, you lose all of the stuff you've bought or all the gear you've brought, your video camera, all the stuff you spent money on. So you have to try to kind of like save up your money kind of thing. And it's a pretty cool game because you can play it solo. Like if you just want to go by yourself, it's microphone activated. So the more you talk, the ghosts will come to you kind of thing.
Yeah.
What?
So if you're playing quietly by yourself, you have a better chance.
That shit.
Yeah, it's very creepy by yourself.
Wait. So
if
you don't talk, it comes at you more?
No, if you say its name and whatnot, so like at the beginning, I'll say like the ghost's name is Joe Blow. If you walk in there starting to say, Joe Blow, where are you, Joe Blow? Hey, Joe Blow, you suck. It's going to come after you much quicker. So you have to go in, quiet, you have to do your shit, and then sometimes you have to anger it, because if it doesn't show up and you can't kind of figure out the pieces of evidence, that's when you go in there just screaming its name and calling it obscenities.
Yeah, but
that's how you make money, sir, is when it comes out?
No, so when you guess it correctly, you make money.
Yeah.
Oh.
So You'll go. So basically, you start off in the trailer of your truck, your paranormal truck with all your gear, and you pick up your UV light, your flashlight, whatever you want to go in with first. You can only carry a few items, and then you'll kind of just sweep the house. So we split up. Somebody goes upstairs, somebody goes downstairs. It's pitch black. It's very creepy. But you'll hear doors open, you'll hear noises, or you'll hear like a little bit of a voice, and then it kind of leads you to the area where the ghost is. Sometimes you'll see a door open, and then you scan it with the UV light. You can see fingerprints on the doorknob, so you know, okay, that's a piece of evidence. So it's like you get things like that, and then you can use the spirit box, and you can ask the ghost questions. Where are you? And they'll literally say close,
and it's in your ear.
Yeah,
like it's
fuck.
You have your headphones on.
Sorry, Nana.
And it's like close, right beside you, and that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd be returning that to Blockbuster for sure.
Yep, send it back to the I'm getting sent that 7-day return for sure. That game.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to watch this next. So when are you gonna be doing that one again?
Thursdays,
yeah. That's Thursdays. One that we go back on Thursdays because there's so many variables in that game. Like there's I think 12 different maps you can play. There's a prison, there's a school, there's a campsite, and all these different maps. There's like 20 different ghosts it can be. You've got like 15 different tools and things you can use to find evidence. So there's just a ton of variables. Man. You can like if you go in with a video camera, you can see ghost orbs sometimes through the video camera. And that tells you, okay, this is the spot where the ghost is, and that's a piece of evidence. And then once you guess or you get 3 pieces of evidence, it'll tell you specifically what type of ghost that is. So it kind of crosses off all the ones it can't be. And then you're left with, oh, this has got to be the ghost. And different ghosts sometimes just behave differently. Like some ghosts are they're strengthened through the electrical current of the home. So more electrical things will pop off, radios will go off, lights will explode, and then it gives you an indicator, okay, maybe it's this type of ghost because it's, doing a lot of that kind of stuff. Poltergeists move a ton of stuff. So things will just be flying, like cans and cups will fly off tables and stuff. And you're like, okay, this is really active. So there's like demons, there's all sorts of different stuff. So they all behave differently. It's interesting. And you can play with up to 4 people, which is really cool. So you can do 1 to 4 people. So you can split up.
Man.
Yeah.
I work a night shift. I'm not fucking watching that, boys.
It's really scared of the dark.
I am petrified of the dark. We're in the dark room right now, and I'm not happy.
Well, no, you're all right. You got light on here. It's not light. Doesn't look.
No, we're in a bright room right now.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds so cool. That's kind of cool stuff I like to watch and be like, man, that's intense. And I would never play it, so like I'd watch someone else play it.
I think I'd watch somebody.
You get to live vicariously through us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games where people can like see it and they can be like, oh, I saw something there. Oh, I saw something move. And then we'll read it and chat. We'll be like, oh, I'll go check it out. So you can actually kind of play it with us. Yeah. And the other thing we do on Thursdays too, since we're doing it remotely from our PCs, we're allowing it to like open up to the public and chat. So if you're in chat and you're like, oh, I play Phasmo, you can literally join our game kind of thing. So it's getting us communicating with our viewers now.
Way.
That's the cool thing about doing the remote streams on Thursdays. And then Tuesdays is when we're in jail kind of thing.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So let the people know your schedule. I know you just said Thursdays and also Tuesday nights. It's every week on Twitch.
Every week, Tuesdays, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Retro twitch.tv/retro couch crew.
Wow.
Thursdays.
Yeah, that the revolver, right?
Yeah. Now I know you said the Thursday one's only about an hour. How long is the Tuesday stream usually?
That can be about 3.
3.5. Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah. I usually just like
and then once you're done the stream, how long does it take for that to get up for people to watch it back
immediately or what?
Should be immediately.
Yeah, on Twitch it's immediate. Yeah, as soon as you stop recording, the VOD is right there. Yeah.
Wow,
that's
good. Yeah. Man, that's always so fun. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we always I would talk to her about this one a while ago, and I try not to book people too far in advance because you just kind of like lose it. So I know we are moving things around, but yeah, thanks, guys. We always appreciate it.
Of course.
We appreciate the chance to be on here, have some laughs. And I want to see you two. And we are going to wrestle it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Card it out.
Yeah. So we'll have to split it up. We'll do just so that we get the crying done early. So we'll play the WCW game first, and then we'll play the Retribution after.
How could we make a podcast out of that? How could we? Can we record that?
Just give you the voice recording.
Yeah, we can just make it a voice one. And then we could possibly.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave that for your brain to think about.
Yeah.
But that'd be rad. That'd be rad.
Thanks. That's all me. Nice.
What? No, that's your. I thought you. That's
me, I
that's
guess,
your
right?
That's your wheelhouse.
No, I know.
That's
I
your
know.
wheelhouse. Figure it out. Anyway, guys, love talking to you. You guys take it easy. We'll see you on Twitch, and I'll be around buying coffee.
Yeah, he owes me a
donuts.
fucking coffee, Larry.
Yeah.
So he'll be in there.
He's never there.
I know. I always ask, and they're like, he might be in the back. Do you want me to ask? I'm like, nah, he's probably busy.
I'm usually out super early because I'm opening in the morning, so I'm there at 3:45. So I'm usually out before 11. Kind of
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
No excuse.
No.
Get there.
All right. You guys take it easy. Well, thanks for the time.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
great day.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Yeah.